Hello everyone and welcome, and today we're going to be looking at a comment left by one of our good friends on Facebook, and it is regarding turn-based games. They say that turn-based games can be played simply by putting a book on the controller or by training a monkey. Well, I figured, let's experiment. Let's actually see if this is true. And so for the first part of this experiment we have our game, which is Lost Odyssey for the Xbox 360. It is a turn-based RPG, so a very suitable candidate for this experiment. We of course have our controller that the books are going to be resting on, and we have our contenders, which are the books themselves. First we have 101 video games you must play before you die. It is quite a thick book, so it might have the advantage there. Here we have C++ programming in easy steps, a much thinner book in comparison. And last but not least, we have Shadow Heart's Covenant Official Strategy Guide. And this is an official strategy guide for a turn-based RPG, so it's quite surprising that it has more than just plays on controller. But let's try it out. First of all, let's try Shadow Heart's Covenant Official Strategy Guide. And as we can see, absolutely nothing is happening. I am going to rank this with a score of 0%. Sorry, Shadow Heart's Covenant, but you failed. Next up is C++ programming in easy steps. Can this do better than 0? Let's find out. Ooh! C++ programming in easy steps. You've actually cancelled back to the previous screen. I'm afraid I'm going to have to give you -1 out of 100. Shadow Heart's Covenant doing the best so far with 0%. Now, come on, 1001 video games you must play before you die. All you need to do is to beat 0 and you have won this competition. And again, you have gone back to the previous screen. Oh, hang on, no you haven't. Sorry, there's been a bit of an error. Forgot to take that extra step, of actually going to the main menu screen. So, sorry about that. 1001 video games you must play before you die. Let's try that again. And you have actually scrolled up from continue to new game, which even though most players would want to go with the continue option, you have actually shown that you can contribute in some sort of decision making. And so I'm going to have to give you a whopping score of 1%. So in third place with -1 we have C++ programming in easy steps. In second place with 0 is Shadow Heart's Covenant Official Strategy Guide. And in first place with a whopping 1% we have 1001 video games you must play before you die. Unfortunately, 1% is still too little, so I'm going to have to say that this experiment is a fail. Well, for the second part of this experiment, unfortunately I don't have any monkeys with me. However, I do have the next best thing, and that is a teddy bear. This is Bill, and as you can tell by his little Santa hat, he is in the Christmas spirit. You can just rest there, Bill, whilst I read to you the official strategy guide for Final Fantasy X. After all, what better way to teach a monkey, or a bear in this case, how to play a game other than to talk through the official strategy guide. And again, quite surprisingly, it says more than just place on controller, but let's get to it. Contents: how to play 4, quick start 5, button configuration 6, menus 7, important terms 9, actions 10. You must do more than simply defeat monsters if you want to increase your character's levels. Your sphere level determines the distance you can travel on the sphere grid. Depending on the sphere in question, you can also activate various nodes. As well as improving your basic character attributes, this allows you to acquire new skills and magic. Riku's Overdrive is pretty unusual. You select 2 items from your inventory and mix them together to produce unique offensive and defensive effects. Take a look at the following table to see the most powerful combinations and their effects. The list of all combinations to achieve all 64 overdrives is available for free on the following internet sites: www.ffx-europe.com, www.square-europe.com, and www.authorizedcollection.com. Once you reach the end of the valley, keep going after a brief chat with Wakka on the village slope. Go down the slope to the village, Fig 8. You can also turn around and take the ancient road back to the beach, but there's no real reason to do this. Warrior's Sword, 150, strength plus 3%. Enchanted Rod, 150, magic plus 3%. Powerball, 150, strength plus 3%. Magical Mug, 150, magic plus 3%. A. Albed Primer 5, 1. B. High Potion, 1. Auron first gives a short solo performance. He can dispose of his enemies using a single shot, Fig 24. He then joins forces with Tidus and Wakka in the battle against a Garuda, Fig 25. A. Albed Primer 8, 1. B. Albed Primer 9, 1. C. Antidote 2. D. Antidote 4. E. Ether 1. F. Eye Drops 3. G. Fortune Sphere 1. H. Gil 600. I. Gil 2000. A new fiend is prowling around the northern section of the Thunder Plains, the Iron Giant, Fig 11. As long as your party has had plenty of battle practice, you shouldn't have too much difficulty defeating this imposing creature. Attacks using Sleep and Darkness often have no effect, but you'll find Poison, Slow and Petrification very useful. Your only option is to run. You'll find a new save sphere outside the temple, and Wakka is once again hawking his items, Fig 1. When you leave the temple, you'll be pursued by some rather speedy Guardos. If you're caught, you'll have to engage in battle against Guardo Guardians, Fig 2, who summon evil eyes. Insert the Destruction Sphere into the pedestal. Next, remove the Bevel Sphere from the wall and insert it into the pedestal as well, Fig 11. Now travel back to the point where you previously removed the Glyph Sphere from the wall. If your enemy is busy with attack spells, Riku can use Albed Potions to heal your party if they've been poisoned by Sin. You'll make a brief return to the airship after battle, enabling you to switch your weapons and armour before confronting a furious Sin. Sin, Core, HP 36,000, AP 18,000. Steel, Stamina Spring ×3/×4. Weakness, Dash. Elemental characteristics, Fire, Dash. Lightning, Dash. 27. Peaceful Bracer, no encounters. 28. Shaman Bracer, auto potion. 29. Barrier Bracer, any 3 proof. 30. Star Bracer, any 3 SOS. Blue Elemental, Macalania Woods, HP 1500, bracket 2250, bracket MP 220. Strength 1, Defense 120, Magic 27, Magic Defense 1, Agility 9, Luck 15, Evasion 0, Accuracy 0. Elements: Fire times 1/2, Lightning times 1.5, Water Absorb, Ice times 1/2, Holy Dash. Status effects: Silence 20, Sleep Immune, Dark Immune, Poison Immune, Petrify Immune, Slow 0, Zombie Immune, Power Break 0, Magic Break 0, Armor Break 0. Equipment: Rate 255/256. Ability slots 1-3. Abilities attached 1-3. Enemy skills dash. Weapon abilities: Piercing brackets Kamari and Auron brackets. Poison Touch, strength plus 5% except Yuna and Lulu. Magic plus 5%, Yuna and Lulu. In the northwest of the Calmlands, slightly to the northeast of the spot where you found Primer 23, you'll find a guard blocking access to a downward slope, Big 7. He will leave his post each time you win a catchy chocobo race, see page 198. You can then examine the glyph at the bottom of the slope. If you have the Celestial Mirror with you, Fig 8, you will receive Garad Bulk. Ice Plant 50, Iguian 250, Imp 50, Imperia 250, Iron Giant 50, Killer Bee 50, Kusariku 50, Lamashtu 800, Landworm 150, Larvae 500. Each new authorised collection guide defines a further standard for us. All feedback from our readers is channeled into our international creative and production teams. This approach enables us to improve all aspects of our guides. www.authorizedcollection.com has now optimised this feedback process by putting us in direct contact with you, our readers. Character design Tetsuya Nomura. Reproduction or retransmission in whole or in part is prohibited without the prior written permission of Square Co Limited and Piggyback Interactive Limited. PlayStation and the PlayStation logo are registered trademarks of Sony Computer Entertainment Inc. And that's it. So, now you know how to play Final Fantasy X, Bill? Fancy giving it a go?